I'm going to enter the pine forest and walk directly through it. The video will be a bit dark, but you'll have to bear with it. The forest is very dense. And the black forest, this exact kind of black forest, according to Wikipedia and stories, is called the Taiga. So I assume and think that in this place you can find the Kimdimov Road, which was used by the Kimlas cause workers. They used to drive tractors on it and so on. I don't remember, T55 I think, or something like that, but those numbers are kind of approximate, but that was later. So basically there's this wall of forest. I'll say right away that hunting will be a bit more difficult in a place like this, because there's a stream here, and the game behaves quite unpredictably in a forest like this. But again, they're not that easily scared here. But that doesn't mean anything. They still come in. Places like this are definitely interesting. There's a stream ahead. Let's see how we need to get through it. I think maybe it's frozen, but near the stream, you know how it is, all that stuff. So I shouldn't take it off. I'll go through there now. So I don't fall through. There are roots here. Yeah, this is a Taiga stream, guys, and it's rocky too. I definitely have to go here. Definitely. So I should walk along this fallen tree. Along the fallen tree. Look, here's the stream. You can see it. I'll go now. Hope the snow doesn't collapse. Here's the fallen tree. You can probably see what kind of stream it is. You see what a cool stream we have. So the fallen tree. And here too. It's all fallen trees. So that's how we'll go everywhere. It's a bit dangerous. I love Taiga streams. I have some kind of special love for them with the rocks. So rocky, and further on actually, this stream, it's really a river, a real Taiga river, but here it's so small.
These are fir trees?
This forest is very huge. I think it stretches for about 26 kilometers in length without any swamps.
And about...
So about, how much is it? About 4 something, almost 5 kilometers wide. So it's quite an interesting place. So a fox was walking, a sly fox.
One thing worries me.
The Kimdimovskaya Road, let's try it. Here it is, just like this. One thing worries me. The one fact is that there are no bird tracks. Right here is a great spot for that. The stream goes back and forth.
The Capercaillie one specifically.
Many people tell me, or rather write to me, that I talk nonsense about this Capercaillie place. But I just say what I see. This is how the road turns.
Well, the fact that it exists is really cool. Let's walk along it and see.
As you know, this kind of road is really cool. Glukarin, and in Nerta, no, the Capercaillies are already on my mind. This kind of road is really cool. It's a snowmobile road, meaning it's ready. You see, you can't see the hair. By the way, there are a few tracks. And actually, today the main thing is right here. You see, I'm walking and eagerly looking at the branches and trees, eagerly. Just because, well, I really want to see something, some action, and show it to you. That's how the tree got covered with all sorts of crumbs. It's cool. And by the way, this crumb here, it's kind of like this.
A mouse. And then they see something interesting, so they need to go to the hill. Don't break it. The road already old is fading, just a little.
Sometimes it's unclear. Friends, the terre took off. Friends, the black grouse, do you hear? Just now the black grouse took off.
Oh my, really?
Man, I haven't shot in ages.
And actually, friends, those telescopes over there, you know,
It's really nerve-wracking.
see what kind of hunter am I if I get this nervous?
So look.
Now here it comes.
If I see it in the distance, I'll try to shoot, but I need to get closer. You see, there's no camouflage here. Alright, let's see what happens.
It definitely landed somewhere on a tree.
Here are the tracks! Here are the tracks, my friends!
Thank you. Well, he flew away.
Friends, he tricked me. He's bubbling somewhere far away, but he can bubble very far away. So, I'm getting ready now and I'll head out. Here are tracks. You can clearly see that a bird was walking here. Well, it's okay. Nothing serious. Of course, I'm excited, but I have to walk far and chase after the black grouse now.
It walked here some time ago, flying down from somewhere over there. It may have been on the ground before, but I'm unsure.
Okay, now I need to make a decision, check the navigator, look at the navigator, and decide where it ran, where it flew, or just stick to my route.
I went down the road. Now let's try going left, right? Teteriev is probably not alone or in a hole. It's likely he was feeding, as it's his usual feeding time. So here it is. Here is our all-terrain road, the all-terrain road.
Here, from where he took off.
Here I win. Here is Piterik, not a Capercaillie, a shammer. Here he goes.
The main thing is he's cooing somewhere. He's cooing somewhere?
Well, at least you saw him. That's cool. Maybe I could try running after him. He lost his way, but now he's probably heading over there. Alright, so he was walking here. Okay, you see, there's a birch grove. He comes across a birch grove, and that's probably where he went. Here are birds. A bird was walking here too.
Friends, here sits a Capercaillie.
Friends, you'll see a big Capercaillie sitting on the branch over there later.
A big Capercaillie. Big Playaka, makeup artist.
Arsenal shoots from far away.
All right, let's try.
So one Capercaillie flew away, and the other one flew away.
The circle is getting smaller. There are 2 Capercaillies. I said I lost 1 Capercaillie here before and saw a flock. So this is either what's left of that flock or just 2 of them. I walked right up to them. Damn. I hope you could see all of that. It was awesome. Let me explain right away for those who think it's all about killing, hunting, that I have some kind of bloodlust. No way. I just saw them, and it's awesome. Here it's 100% for sure. And these tracks aren't from a black grouse. They're from a Capercaillie. They're just everywhere. They're feeding here. These are definitely Capercaillie tracks for sure. We'll go in just a month, not in the spring. This is so awesome, guys. These are wild places, but you know what hurts me the most? It's that the logging trucks are coming here. They're definitely going to cut it up because there's a huge amount of timber. All right, let's give it a try. Let's go. Look, maybe they'll start taking off somewhere around here. Did you see here on
The branches. Big Capercaillies.
Didn't understand if it was fast or not. The most important thing is I want you to see them, because for me, the Capercaillie is something very ancient and magical.
In short,
We'll walk around, we'll still walk here in March, and in April there will also be bird tracks. Here are some small ones, maybe a hazel grouse walk there. There are tracks over there. In short, I see there are some.
Yep.
And in April, we'll already come carefully, or come to the post in the evening. It's scary to come here in April without a weapon. Let's keep going anyway, friends. I'll explain again. Don't think it's a snowmobile or that we're catching logging trucks or, well, fir trees.
you can hear the logging truck sound.
But I'm not going to lie. I really am in a place where logging is happening, and maybe something will happen here. This forest will be cut down. 2 of my spots have already been cut down, and 1 is probably being cut down right now.
It's a pity. I already have this hunter's instinct.
The excitement and the hustle, friends, the Capercaillie, you know, when you startle it, it can immediately just fly up and sit right here on a tree.
And the second time, when it already, because it doesn't understand what the commotion is, but the second time, when it takes off again, when it realizes there's danger, it flies much farther away.
Right now they've flown off somewhere, but actually I'm in a dark forest. So, in theory, the Capercaillie is the kind of bird that can just sit right here. I remember my first Capercaillie. I got up to about 28 steps when I started, and just locked the car. Grabbed my backpack, got my gear on, and went out. So I go out, I'm driving, I look. There's a tree about 50 meters away, I guess, and I'm watching.
I didn't understand why he was sitting there.
But it turns out it wasn't a crow. It was a Capercaillie sitting there, flapping its wings with a white beak. Man, I got it right away, just like that. It landed.
Well, that's not a Capercaillie, this one. Yeah, that's definitely not a Capercaillie. It clearly looks like a hazel grouse, maybe even a black grouse, but that's not a Capercaillie. There was a landing. I don't know if they showed it or not. As always, I'm pointing with my finger. I can see it myself, so I think you can see it too.
See, right there on the tree. Yeah, that's the spot.
Snow fell from the tree.
No, if the Capercaillie had taken off, I would have heard it. It probably just fell with the snow. I forgot I was heading to the cabin. And you shouldn't forget that, because how can you get so carried away with hunting? And everyone has read Vashutka at the lake. It's a well-known story. And that's how it might turn out. I want to eat. I'm hungry because already...
The hunger has lasted a long time, for a long time.
Glucoyeri were like that, just sitting there, pretty cool guys.
Right.
And here we also have either a hole or a landing. No, this isn't a hole, but a burrow. Look, here's the entrance to the burrow most likely, and here's the exit. But this isn't a Capercaillie either. It's not a Capercaillie. The Capercaillies was sitting in the tree. It's kind of strange. It doesn't add up. It just doesn't make sense. Look, here's one cap and here's another one. It doesn't add up. He's also a cap builder. Calm weather. Cool.
Here.
He's sitting on the tree. He'll fly now. Look, a huge beauty. And where's the second one?
Interesting.
Let's get as close as possible because it's hunting. It won't let me get any closer. There it is in the middle.
In the center of the frame.
Nice one. He's looking at me.
What a handsome guy.
What a handsome guy, Ella.
See? And you say that's how the Mokovians might hunt?
Please.
He flew.
Friends, you might say that I'm a fool. Well, I understand. I already know that the Capercaillie is wary and it won't let me get close, but still, you see how interesting it is.
See, it's so interesting.
I saw a Capercaillie, and I was just walking through the forest, didn't even know where I was going, just randomly, and then I stumbled upon it again. He's got 2 meters, and it's 70 to him. I was about to shoot, but unfortunately, he flew away. I'm just having a great time. This is amazing. These are Capercaillies. I'm serious. Here, my friends, let me show you something now.
Let me show you something interesting now.
Well, this is interesting for me, and at least I think it will be somewhat interesting for you to observe as well.
A wonder of nature. Right in front of me, just like that. The forest, I'm not showing it yet. I'll come closer and show you. That's a cool thing. Frozen mouth.
Look at the rain, Suri. It's cool. Hollow.
Cool place, really. I've already been walking for 40 minutes without a navigator. No matter where I end up, I'll check now. Friends, we're nearly at that place where I supposedly saw the hut. Here! And that was a long time ago. I need to go over there.
It's a really cool place, and it's actually really close now. Well, let's see. Let's take a walk now. There are almost no traces of hairs here. That's the thing.
And one more thing.
I'll tell you now. One important aspect.
But so to speak, the point is that it's a very large forest, as I already mentioned, over 20 kilometers, and 20 by 5 is a lot.
And there will be a lek. I'm sure there's a lek here. I've been looking for it, roughly estimating, for about 3 years now. Watching out, keeping an eye out, and, well, it's going to be very hard to find it. But with my typical hunting luck. With the kind of luck I have in hunting, sometimes we'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky here too. Alright, let's move on. The Capercaillie tracks and everything that was are all left behind. They're probably hanging out by their cooling stream. And I keep moving forward. There's a lot of snow, really a lot. That's cool.
Well, you see, why can we say there are few tracks? Because just the day before yesterday, it was snowing. It was snowing.
Well, and in, roughly speaking, in a day, well, in 24 hours.
Yeah, something will have time to do something, to walk around, to wander, I don't know, but we aren't moving at all.
Something would have flown up from under our feet. That would be cool.
Well, my dear friends, the forest is getting thinner.
And most likely we're about to reach the swamp.
Well, I mean, it's not that I know for sure there will be one, but I mean that we're going to reach the swamp, and then we'll head out from there. To the cabin, or we'll go through the pine forest, we'll see. Many fallen trees make the path harder to navigate. I'm not tired, even though I've probably walked about 5.5 kilometers.
That's how not tired I am. These emotions, when it's interesting, when it's cool, they just
Add endurance. Right now,
I'll come make a little campfire, some tea.
you definitely need to do all that. Boil some water, and then sit down, have a drink, relax, and think. There isn't that much game, but 2 Capercaillies in one spot. That means something. It really does. It's a lot of work. Everyone keeps asking, why do you go there? What's the point?
This big job is done for the spring. I think it's not that simple. Do you know what else for many people?
They just showed them the Capercaillies. I'm not saying it's bad. That's how it happens. They just showed the Capercaillies, and that's it. They're all there. I have the source for me. I'm still interested in it myself, and I consider it my pride. The search for Capercaillies is such an interesting activity. It's not like black grouse, and you know, it's something else entirely. I've gotten burned so many times with these black grouse, so I put all my effort into Capercaillies, and we'll see how it goes from there. Let's move on, friends. I stopped and listened, clearly hearing the intermittent bubbling sound of the black grouse, likely sitting somewhere in the swamp.
Wait, I don't get it. Did I lose the trail?
Let's go take a look. Yeah, the trees here are huge, and you can see traces of resin collectors. So right here you can see they were working, and these ones here, and over there too, the ones that have fallen or are broken. They used to be here, right? Well, they were here. What year was that? Oh, how should I put it?
They were still alive back then. When was it?
They did.
Well, as I said, signs. Carp began appearing in large numbers, and notches on the trees were stacked on top of each other.
This is usually near the hut.
There should be one, but I don't see a hut. Let's move toward the lake.
This is a lake, not a swamp, and it's frozen over with ice.
Look here, a bird tracks some forest game over there, so they do walk around here.
Well, those are probably the trees I heard.
It's fine. What? What if the tracks are old? Well, like, you know, when... Before the snow.
Oh, man.
Ha ha ha. That kind of thing happens to me. First, the bird is covered in footprints. Second, he fell asleep.
Uh-huh. Well, that's it. I've reached the hut. But I don't see the hut anywhere. What kind of structure is this?
Let's take a look. This is probably a toilet. You see how the Khimdimovtsi made it using poles. This is a toilet, yeah. How did we get in? And here is... You might say, Nahar, why are you showing us toilets, Feofan? But look, this toilet has probably been standing here for weeks. Let's look around, let's walk. See, I said let's come closer.
To the hut, I made a mistake.
About 7 kilometers. It's about 6,100 here. I passed such an open place, interesting, with views. Then about 5 of pine forest. I went as if it was specially cleared here. I managed. Look, I see some kind of structure there. Do you see it made of poles? But I think I understand what's here. I think I understand, friends. I understand. Most likely the hut was burned down because here are the poles, and I saw it over there from the clearing. A kilometer, he says. Look, a barrel, and on the barrel it says, let's go, I'll show you.
So I was walking around in the nets, and on the barrel it was written
1879. Friends, does anyone know what this inscription means? That's not a year anymore. It's something else. So we all use the old bird tracks. And over there on the shore, there's something we have. And here, look, there's some kind of table, some kind of canopy. I don't understand what kind of canopy. I don't understand. No, well, probably there should be a hut somewhere around here, but I see there's a hut over there, a canopy. It's unclear. Let's go check out the hut. Look, there's a hut over there. I don't quite get it. I saw a hut from the hill over there, right in the forest, but here it's standing right on the shore.
But that was in the fall, and now it's summer.
Oh, now it's winter. Let's see. We're heading to our hut.
This is, of course, very interesting. Most likely, the window faces that way towards the lake.
Actually, I also think that since everything here, like, what do you call them? All the signs point to the cabin, all the signs, then most likely this is a sauna.
Most likely this is a sauna.
Well, let's see now. We'll live and see. Let's check Sukharina right away because I need to cook lunch. She's Sukharina, standing right on the shore. So how do I get to her?
We can't reach her. Let's look around first.
Here it is, a taiga hut. Cool, it's made like this. Let's take a look. Nice. The chimney is all burned out. Interesting. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. And this is the lake. Yeah, cool. Well, here we are, friends. I finally made it to the taiga hut. I'm really curious to see what's inside and... Well...
What?
The hut. The roof, of course, has collapsed as usual, as always. Actually, friends, let me show you. Of course, it wasn't nailed down with anything. They just put the ridgepole on the roof and the ridgepole here under the thick layer of snow.
All right.
Interesting, there are no windows. Look how lovely it is, but this is probably a bathhouse and that's a lake. We used to jump and dive, man. Life was awesome back then. Yeah, interesting. Put the trees here. Apparently, this wasn't a dry storage, it was damp. I don't know what it's called. The log structure is put together really roughly. Maybe in a lap joint or something. I don't really know. Maybe it has another name. If anyone knows, tell me what it's called when it's just a square, like a square notch. It's cut out. At least that's how it was explained to me. But apparently, it's not very professional. Look from a distance at how it all looks. I'm walking all around it, checking it out, guys. Here's the door. I'm looking at the sheet. This was the entryway, the vestibule. This is a bathhouse, just a bathhouse, simply built. So what? Here I am, I finally made it. I thought there would be a log cabin here, but here they gave two buildings. Well, this is a bathhouse.
This is a bathhouse.
Let's go take a look. Who's inside?
Oh, if only I could reach the camera.
Okay, now I need to get it out of my backpack.
Alright, let me get the flashlight out of my backpack. Or maybe I'll check without the flashlight first. Yeah, I think it'll be visible without it. So, this is a stove. It was made from a barrel, just like in the previous hut. It was made from a barrel. The bunks were here. People sat and washed themselves. You can see it really sank into the floor. But the ceiling is still there, by the way. You could stay here for a while, you know, if it's raining or bad weather, but it's not very pleasant.
No fishermen seem to have been here so far, despite being on the lake shore. The lake is difficult to access. Let's continue exploring.
I can't get in with my backpack. It's very small here. I see someone chewed on the tarp, and someone chewed on the jacket, too. Here's a cast iron pipe like this. I wish I could take it. There are some marks on the pipe like someone tried to tear or scratch it. Anyway, here's a bed. Both sides have fallen off. There's a lid on the stove. See what kind of lid it was. And what's this? Is it a jar lid? These were made in about 20 minutes. Everything's been chewed up, but not bad. There's a can over there. That's what this hut is like. What's inside it?
This is quite an interesting hut.
Let's take a look.
What's under the bed?
Well, it's probably impossible to restore it now.
Here, but the bed is interesting. What am I destroying here? And so on. I'm just interested in artifacts. Some artifacts, bottles. Oh, a spoon, guys. Then there was a can like this. They used to sell either coffee or tea in it back in the 90s. The can is cool, like this. Stew. Beef ingredients. Pork 308 grams. Salt, onion, GOST number year. I don't understand which one. Here's a can like this. An aluminum spoon called stainless steel. 40 kopecks a spoon like this. Cool, so what else is here? A burst can? Well, alright. Seems like there's nothing else. Something like this. A hut, not friends. An open door. A spoon, there are no inscriptions. Well, it's very rotten to me, and there's fungus, very rotten. And fungus, basically, that's it. There are no inscriptions here. That's it, that's all. The roof is well preserved, but there's fungus on the walls, so no flashlight is needed.
Well, basically, that's how it is. Alright, let's head out.
Let's head out. Yeah, this is the bathhouse. On the roof, take a look yourself at how it's done. The roof is like this. Beams and just roofing felt, and it lasted for several years. Basically, it's fine. Alright, we probably need to whip something up here, or maybe I already did it here. Or we'll make a little fire somewhere around the cabin. Here are my skis. I'll put them on now and go get some firewood. Friends, a really crappy thing happened. I lost my axe. Oh damn, I need to go and look carefully. It's a very good axe, very dear to me. It was here, I didn't tie it up and lost it. I lost it. Or maybe where I was lying when I first fell. When the ski broke, or... Damn, huh? Well, alright, we'll find it. To hell with it, as they say. If there is, Nils. Yes, something. By the way, today when I was leaving, I forgot my keys, I forgot my license, and I had to come back. Anyway, alright, now I'll go get some branches for the scuba. And right away I got an idea. I'll melt it with roofing felt and it'll be fine. Well, and what else can I do? So... I'll have a fire burning. Right on these things, by the way. What are they called? Everyone forgets. Please tell me, I'll light the fire on them. And now, while I go get the dry bread, I'll be back. While you pour some tea, we'll have something tasty soon, man. It's a shame about the axe. Oh man, if I don't find it, that's how it'll be. Well, oh, what a mess, man. I'm not just a lousy hunter, I'm a lousy fisherman too. Wherever I go, it's always a mess. Oh man. Nothing's working out. For
got the foam and everything else. Nothing's working out. Alright, here. Alright, well, so what? Please don't judge me. Everything is simple. The bag is wet from rolling in the snow, but fortunately the matches are inside. The small axe was likely left behind.
So, what are we doing now?
We make a fire, melt the snow, drink tea because we need a lot of energy. For the way back, everything is covered in snow. Don't pay attention to me savoring this because I haven't been in the forest for a long time. But I think, those who love nature, they're the ones who will watch. If you love it, you'll watch. You'll watch. It'll be really cool, awesome, great, and interesting for you. The frost is easing, with a slight breeze. The weather will be pleasant, though the matches are damp. So we don't have anything we can use to light the fire. We take a little bit of roofing felt. I remember Robert Roy saved me like that. It was something. Yeah, I dropped the pressure. I lost it when I fell. For today, for sure. Silo bread is mine. From the kettle, the pot, from the stainless steel kettle. Here I have a set of spoons and some mugs. Yeah, and here's a bottle. In this kind of pot. Made of stainless steel. Man, I've had it with me for ages. I remember being so proud that I made it. It was really cool. I found this sugar in wide neck bottles. It's convenient for pouring in, pouring out, or scooping with a spoon.
Nice.
Alright, so little by little.
Little by little, we're boiling some tea.
It's starting to boil. Small yak. Well, it will burn badly because if I had an axe, I would have scraped some resin. It would be fine. So, tea, let's throw this tea in there.
Damn, I wanted to go skiing right now, but oh well. Okay, well, while the tea is boiling.
Bread. Like this. Oh, salt, so it's just... Really, this time... It's kind of... This time, it's kind of... Look, really cool. Alright, the seagull is pecking.
And so the boat will fit in here. It doesn't fit.
1, 2.
Well, friends, this is what I call relaxation.
Phew, we'll head home, maybe even get back early. For the night shift, what do we have there? Oh, it's about to boil. I'll put on my gloves.
Here you go.
Oh, like this, and 2 of them. Well, basically, when I saw the hut, it was deep in the forest. I didn't see this one. Probably because there's a tall hill there. And, well, it's just like, like a bump or something. Yeah, and most likely the forest was blocking the view of this hut on the shore. I saw the edge of the lake, and I saw this hut here, which supposedly burned down. It was quite a big hut.
Let's cut some solo.
Probably, oh.
Salo, even when you're just cutting it, you already enjoy it. Not to mention when you eat it, damn. Krebushok too.
Someone complained that what I did was unsanitary. Clearly, they have never spent time in the woods.
Oh man, what unsanitary conditions. Well, unsanitary conditions? Oh man, the city has unsanitary conditions.
Alright, look, I'll show you now. Pieces like this. Let me grab a stick.
I'll skewer and grill the pieces.
Lately, I've started, grilling pork fat more often. For some reason, I've really started to enjoy it. Come on, start boiling, otherwise I'll have to go over there.
Maybe I should take it. Damn, snow got in again. Okay. Whew. Something just doesn't want to burn at all. Let's gather some silo.
Delicious stuff, and here's a bit more like this.
Cook it, friends. This is the life. Dad was telling a story in the video. We were fishing, maybe not everyone heard. Dad was telling it.
In the army, the Ukrainians sent some silo to one guy, and their sergeant was also, kind of Ukrainian, and he takes it, but they had cut it into pieces they're eating, and he takes a big chunk white silo, a big piece, cuts it off, and starts eating it.
Someone explains how to properly eat salo? Yeah, Ukrainians, they know.
By the way, greetings to all Ukrainians, Kazakhs, Russians, Kazakhs, Ukrainians, Belarusians.
Someone is still watching me.
Latvia, America, Brazil, United Kingdom. Hello to everyone, my friends. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much. Now I'll even invite you closer to the table. Thank you so much for being here. That's what I have here.
A restaurant.
Here it is.
Such a restaurant! Salazarek tea, wow, tea.
Lactaro hasn't spoken.
Just like that.
Bezmenki, literally. Just a little bit, like that. Salo or salto.
I don't like to fry it too much.
So I don't like to fry it too much. I like it just lightly. Alright, so everything's good. So let's pour it. Whose glasses are these, Pered?
Let it get ready a little more.
Okay, let's sit down. The gloves too. Let them warm up. Here's the joy, damn. So I'll probably get home in about 2 hours if I keep getting distracted by... Not fillet, not fillet, if I keep getting distracted looking for the axe. Oh, I poured today.
Let's take some salad.
Oh, onto the bread.
And you know what's the most upsetting thing?
I can't smell. There are certain foods that I can't sense.
The smell of this wonderful salo. I can't sense it right now.
Can you imagine how upsetting that is? It smells so good, you can probably smell it. Here, let me let you smell it.
To be continued, to be continued. Continued, to be continued.
Well, my friends, the luxury awaits. Basically, I saw what I wanted to see.
Well, actually, I thought there would be a log cabin here.
There's only a toilet and a sauna here. The sauna is quite interesting.
So when I went to the little cabin, I spent the night there. There was a video. On the snowmobile, you know, it was about the same size as this one.
And by now it would have already...
The roof was repaired and patched up in time, saving it from ruin. It's now functional. But they didn't make it in time for this one. You see, I always regret these moments. Like, why does this nasty thing keep coming here?
You see, I always regret these moments. When I didn't find it in time, why did I even need it?
Well, to patch up this hut, at least because there's a cool lake here, I came here just for that. Well, let's say it's hard to get here. Not let's say it really is hard to get here, but I came here and here I am. I stayed.
Stayed at the lake?
In this little cabin.
And it would be great. But that's all now.
I probably need to get myself a tent and travel with a tent, although damn, in a tent I'm better. So, sometime in June. Yeah, I better come here. Well, I'll come here with a hammock. I have a hammock, actually. Who's sitting there? A Capercaillie. Actually, well, it'll be great. We're walking down the road, friends, looking for the axe, checking out what we missed, having a great time.
Right now.
I'd love to go fishing, but that's littering. I'll just move this log and throw it on the fire.
Then we'll go calmly. It'll be safe.
I'll return in summer to clean. For now it's futile. I'll prop this here, hoping to grill with it next time. Damn, what about the axe? Should I have tied it up somehow? Well, that's it. Whenever I walk around, I always have the axe on my backpack, and I always think, what if it falls off or something? And then I always thought it through, planned it out, and thought the ritual would work out anyway. Well, it worked out. At least I warmed up and got some strength. Well, my backpack is awesome. Now it's a bit lighter because I ate. Oh yeah, I ate. I'll take the round out of the chamber because, well, if I see someone, yes, this is the left, this is the right.
All right, friends, let's head back.
Let's go back. I accomplished my goal. I discovered this hut and explored the amazing lake. I want to visit in the summer since spring fishing on the last ice isn't feasible. However, you can actually come here on the first ice. Man, it's awesome. All right, let's go. You can tell that nobody fishes here, nobody comes here, nobody does anything here.
Only me.
In general, I have a lot of ideas. At this place, I didn't leave or lose anything. I have my phone and everything with me. We're all going back time. It's 1:30. I should get there by 4, arrive by 5.
Alright, that's it, little hut, goodbye.
I finally went skiing. Lately, that's all. Oh, the wind, you see, is picking up. Lately, I've been going out all the time.
I've been riding the snowmobile constantly because I love it. Snowmobile owners eagerly await the season and truly cherish the experience.
Well, of course, it's the same for me.
But still, you should never give up active hunting.
Something cool, like Max from the channel said, I'll leave a link. Skiing is something so primal, masculine, and awesome.
Alright, here we go, just like that. That's it. Let's go. I hope we'll meet there in the summer, not the black grouse over there at the edge of the lake.
I've put away the binoculars, but what are our plans there?
Those are likely snags not moving. That's the kind of hut it is. Let's take a better route on the way back.
Time short. I'd have gone naturally.
Right now, there's no problem walking through the forest.
I would go.
Well, yes, our hut stood here, right here, sometime before the lake, maybe so the wind wouldn't blow.
Or maybe a dugout.
So what was it like? I'm always so curious about that. What was it like? What was inside? What was the stove like? I understand that it was ascetic. That's how it was made. It was made in an ascetic way. That's how everything was. Yet every little hut is something great. You'll see there are some things here. So I walked 7 kilometers, about 7 kilometers through the forest, straight into the depths, and then somewhere, well, about 20-something kilometers further that way.
But Tokyo, I suppose, comes first. But these are just thoughts out loud. Don't pay attention.
The main point is that it's interesting. Here, the forest has been cut down, and over there, there's a wall of forest, which is likely what was cut down.
They took this, well, for the hut, so that's a win. A mouse, a fresh mouse, was running around. Let's all head out.
So, the search for the axe continues.
Here's one of the places where I put the backpack down with the side where the axe was. It looks like the axe was already gone here. The axe was gone. Here I went off after the Capercaillie, tried to hunt it, and the axe was already gone. So let's go carefully, friends. It's kind of an action, searching for the axe. Oh man. Most likely where I fell there between the river when Taiga was coming up. Most likely it's there.
Let's keep going. I won't distract you. I'll turn the camera back on when I get closer to that spot.
By the way, here they come, I think. I want to suggest something to you. You know, an interactive thing.
Now please write in the comments, do you think I'll find the axe or not?
I've got about 2 kilometers left to the axe now, that's it. Then it's another 1.5 kilometers to home. So, what do you think? Will I find the axe or not? So, what do you think? Please write, my friends. There were so many moments from my hikes in my life when the taiga took something from me.
Well, you walk and walk, and then suddenly I lose a tripod, or a cartridge belt, or something else.
This time I lost my axe, but as it turned out, while I was climbing around here, the axe is right here. Here it is, my good one. Here it is lying. Here is the axe from the forge by Alexei Panov, a great axe. I have 3 axes like this. One big one a bit smaller, and this one is really small.
It's convenient for me to split big logs, but for everything else it's really great too.
My main axe, putting it in my backpack and moving on. Well, my precious little roots,
I've reached this first cabin, the one I saw earlier on my way back.
I want to tell you, to be honest, that this is where our hike together ends.
I found the axe.
I didn't even fire a shot today. You might say that's silly, but I think when?
No, I think when I don't fire a single shot during a hunt, for me that's kind of classy. But when I do shoot, right?
For me, it's kind of... How can I admit it? How can I explain? For me, it's kind of a disappointment, you know?
It may be silly, but that's just how my mind works. Today I saw 2 capercaillies. I initially thought the first one was a black grouse, until I saw it in a tree and realized it was actually a large capercaillie. 2 of them flew away, and I later encountered one again, or maybe a different one. And they let me get pretty close, about 70 or 80 meters, but I tried to get closer for the shot since I didn't have a ghillie suit. That's probably why it didn't work out.
Alright, we've been everywhere. I showed you everything. We ran around, we fought it around. I wish you good health for your hands, your legs, and a little bit there too, and may God grant you all good health. Also, well, health is the most important thing. I wish I could keep talking, but I have to end the video now. I just walked about 3.5 kilometers now. I didn't say anything, didn't film anything. And I just want to chat. That's the kind of person I am, talkative. Alright, I hope we have new videos ahead of us. I'll search for the Capercaillie lek in March and April. It'll make a great video for you. I'll bring you a cool video. See you, friends.